Right, let's get the stream up and running. There we go, that's looking good. About the chat to here. Let me just get ready for stream. Prepare to have a busy few days. Hey, Satan everybody, how are you doing today? Oh. My throat has been all over the place today. Did a bunch of recording that usually would have been spread out over several days. I did it all today, and it's thrown my voice a little bit, but we're going to persevere, we're going to power through, we're going to have enough voice to do a stream, for sure. I believe in myself. I don't know if we're going to start with the Dragon Age necessarily. I know I've titled the stream after Dragon Age. I'm kind of tempted to spend the first 5 minutes or so of the stream. I want to watch. There's a new Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, like 5-minute trailer that got released today, and I kind of want to. I kind of want to go through and watch it in detail and talk about it a little bit. And I thought about like doing that as a separate stream or changing the title after doing it. And I was like, I might just sneak it in here. Saint Nobody says, apparently a ton of Veilguard promotional material has suddenly disappeared into the ether because Game Informer had exclusive rights to the reveals. So, I've seen conflicting information on this. I've seen a person tweet claiming this. I've also seen Brian Shea, who was at Game Informer, saying, no, like, there's nothing to stop BioWare just... Now that Game Informer doesn't exist, there's nothing to stop them, you know, BioWare putting that stuff out, and any of that stuff that, like, we created, we're fine with it getting out. So, like, I've seen the one person who has started the, oh, all that stuff, oh, there's a bunch of stuff and we're never gonna see it because of Game Informer. It's like, as I understand it, there's very little that Game Informer hadn't yet put out, and if there is anything, they're not opposed to it going out, and anything that, like, wasn't content explicitly made by Game Informer, like BioWare could just put out through other people. Now that Game Informer doesn't exist, there's not really anything legally tying them to not promote somewhere else. That's at least as I understand it, but we'll see. We'll see over the coming days. That said, we might have had a leaked release date, or at least some leaked information that points at a release date for Veilguard, which is interesting. Briefly, Dark Horse Comics, who are the people who are publishing the Art of Veilguard art book, briefly had it listed as releasing on October 30th on their website, and then people noticed it, and then they took it down off the website as if maybe they weren't supposed to have said that yet. BioWare tends to like to release games on a Tuesday or a Friday, and the 30th is a Wednesday. So that sure seems like maybe game release on the 29th, art book release on the 30th, like 24 hours later, as to avoid spoilers from the art book before the game's on sale. October 29th could be the Veilguard date, which I have no behind-the-scenes info for, but there's a lot of stuff that would lead me to think that is a reasonable date. Oh, what's the guy from Giant Bomb? Jeff Grubb? Jeff Grubb has said, like, he's heard it's late October. We know it's between October 1st and December 31st, but realistically that means it has to be between October 1st and, like, I think it's the 20th of November is when cut-off Keighley's Game of the Year award eligibility is. And this is the kind of game that they're going to want. They're going to want to be in for a shot for his Game Awards. So realistically, it's got to be between October 1st and, like, November 20th. And, you know, Grub's heard late October. Artbook has said right at the end of October. That puts it out like... That's a good place for it, I feel like. It puts it out at least a week before November 7th, which is N7 Mass Effect Day. It means Dragon Age gets like a full week to be the focus before they do a day about Mass Effect, and I feel like that works well in BioWare's favour. But yeah, how is everyone doing today? How are we all doing? I will jump into gameplay shortly. The BT says, it's a shame it's not December, 21st of December for the winter solstice. I've seen certain dates that people have said would have been cool. I think the biggest date that would have been a really cool one was October 17th, is it? Would have been the 10th anniversary of Dragon Age Inquisition. Like, theoretically, they could have gone for 10 years to the day since Inquisition, and that would have been a fun date to go for, but I think the 10-year anniversary of Inquisition would have, like, just missed the cutoff for the Game Awards. So it's, like, probably not going to be that. Morning, Experimental Ego. Good morning, the BT. You know what? Before we jump into this, yeah, Experiment Ego. Yeah, we talked about this just before you arrived. Short version. A lot of people have backed up that Game Informer stuff, so there's at least backups of it, and it doesn't seem like there's anything preventing anything that was still planned to come out. Like, BioWare can just shop it elsewhere, it seems. But yeah, the BT you can see on this copyright screen. This is a 2014 game, and we are in 2024 now. This is a game coming up on its 10th anniversary. But yes, as I said, what I might do before we jump into the Dragon Age, just because it's a separate thing that I was intrigued by and I wanted to spend some time looking at today. Let me get to it quickly. Is it what, scene 2? Here we go. Actually, that's better. Hooray! I should be visible. There's a new Echoes of Wisdom trailer. It's like 5 minutes long, and I'm super interested in going through it for just, like, you know, it's a 5 minute long thing. Maybe spend 10 minutes on it. I want to talk about some stuff in there. Yeah, I'll say this, Experiment Ego. A lot of the stuff in that Game Informer coverage got covered by other outlets, so if you Google Dragon Age Veilguard, you'll still find that information just secondhand. But also, I think, like, they've not entered their big push. Like, if this Game Informer thing had happened, like, involving coverage after the release date was announced, I think that's where it would have been a problem. I think its release date announcement to game releasing is the window where you don't want to lose promotional material. I think prior to a release date being announced, you can fudge PR plans around that. Yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, I want to talk about this Zelda thing for like 5-10 minutes, and then we'll jump into Dragon Age. Because here's the thing about this trailer.
To Hyrule.
You know what? I'm gonna mute it because I mainly want to talk about it. This trailer got me more excited for Echoes of Wisdom than the initial reveal trailer back in June did. Or maybe more excited is the wrong way to put it. It assuaged some of my fears I had, or it got me feeling more overall confident, and I want to talk about why. And my main thing is that initial trailer, I was super excited, but I did have a little bit of me that was like, I remember like 6 or 7 years ago when Nintendo gave that quote about why would we make Zelda the playable protagonist unless we thought of a reason for it to be a girl game. And that always rubbed me the wrong way, and we saw that come to fruition with like Princess Peach Showtime, and it kind of felt the case with Echoes of Wisdom a little bit, in that it's like, yeah, she's got new unique abilities that make her play differently, but also she's not allowed to hold a sword. That's a boy thing. And I was like, I don't want to be a cynic, but I can't not think about that, and it kind of sat on my initial impression. And this trailer showed a bunch of interesting new stuff, and I think the thing it did is it reassured me that they don't just have the one gimmick mechanic, which is, you can make furniture because girl. It's like, no, they've got other stuff that's going to set this apart that doesn't feel quite so inherently we gave you this mechanic because girl. And that helped a lot. It's looking really nice in this footage. But yeah, I think that's the thing, is seeing, A, there are multiple weird little gimmick mechanics, and B, they don't all feel quite as, here is the mechanic that says this is why you can play as Zelda in this one because this mechanic. And we'll get there in a second. Yeah, say nobody. She can Tetra kick ass already, but you're not allowed to play as them, is the thing. Yeah, so some of the stuff here was just, like, interesting world-building setting. They directly acknowledge the reason that we're seeing both kinds of Zora here is the River Zora versus the Ocean Zora, and that they're having conflict. And I think that's really interesting. It's doing something with the world building and the setting that Zelda hasn't really addressed before, which is, hey, both these kinds of Zoras exist, and you rarely see them together. But let's acknowledge they both exist and make them both canon and do some stuff with that. And I'm like, that's cool narratively. Here we go. Yeah, this was let me scroll back. This was another thing that had me really excited. Enemies on walls suggests some form of combat that, like, you can... It suggests you can summon echoes while on a wall, and that you will have some form of access to combat while on walls. And weirdly, that made me think, like, dungeons feel more potentially viable now, in that you have some kind of attack options for things on walls. I don't know why this is the thing that made me feel like dungeons might be viable, but it just kind of clicked for me. And also, like, you look at some of this stuff, I'm like, we're not seeing many enemies in it, but this is clearly a dungeon layout, and that's reassuring. So yeah, a lot of this is just, like, resetting your town environments. I do like the enemy designs. I like how the Gorons look here. But in a second, we will start seeing the things I wanted to really talk about. Let's have a look. So I think this is where we get side quests. I like the idea of this side quest system. It is something we haven't seen in a lot of the top-down 2D Zeldas, like, formalized in the way that it is here. This feels more like something like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, or like Majora's Mask. Pick up a quest, keep it in a little logbook. Some of the art design stuff around this feels very Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, which, I mean, like, shouldn't be a surprise given that Echoes of Wisdom seems like it's have open-ended ways to solve your puzzles. Like, it seems to be bringing that Tears of the Kingdom sensibility to top-down 2D Zelda, but, like, this feels like it's very much leaning on that same kind of quest system, like, separating out... I like that it's separating out main quests and side quests, and that main quests you can have multiple at once, which suggests, again, you can take some variety of non-linear approach to how you do your quest order. That's pretty nice. There was something about this quest. This quest of, like, find this thing, create an echo of it, and then show it to a kid, weirdly reminded me of Pokemon Legends Arceus. I hadn't really considered this, because, like, Pokemon Legends Arceus had the go catch one of this and show it to the person. And, like, reframing it like that, I've gone, yeah, I did enjoy that in Legends Arceus. This is a quest structure I do enjoy. Travel waypoints, this is sort of as expected. I will say, I'm curious if this is, like, truncated for visual effect, but if the loading is as fast as it appears to be here, you click warp, and then you're there. Now, I don't know if the loading's actually that fast or if they cut anything out, but I'm like, that appeared to be a real fast load, that. There is horses in top-down 2D Zelda, but also, your horses are, first of all, that's a good maneuverable horse, but your horse doesn't have to be a specific horse. Again, looking at your Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, go find your own little custom horse and just put a carrot down to go ride them. I think that's adorable. I think that's great. This is one of those mechanics that does feel a little bit like, the mechanic is this way because girl game. You know how Breath of the Wild had cooking? Well, it's smoothies in this, and I don't hate it. I genuinely kind of like it, even if there is that voice going in the back of my head. It's smoothies rather than food, because, you know, barbecuing on a little girl, that's a man thing. Pink smoothies, that's girl. But I'm like, Yeah, but I do want to make... I do want to have a custom little smoothie maker, though. That does sound adorable. I'm very into it. So yeah, you pop your ingredients in, you make your smoothie. It seems to be basically customized potions. Yeah, this is the other thing. So, you get equipment seemingly like you would items in a traditional Zelda game that can be equipped. I don't know if you can equip multiple at a time. It's unclear from here. Hold your breath underwater for longer. Swim faster. I'm wondering if you've got like a certain number of slots to have a certain number of abilities active at one time. Yeah, okay, were any of them ticked at the start of this? Yeah, none were equipped. You equip that one. It's unclear if you can equip multiples, but as you can also see on that screen, there is clothing outfits. And I don't know whether the outfits do anything mechanically. They didn't scroll down to them to show whether they do anything mechanically. But you look different in your different costumes. You can do your little play dress up. And I'm like, okay, this is adorable. I'm very here for this. Yeah, this is where I started getting excited, was when we start hearing about other abilities you have other than summoning echoes. We'll get there in a second. So, hey, this thing's too big to create an echo of, and none of the things you can make echoes of are big enough to destroy it. Just use Bind, which is just renamed Ultra Hand. Yeah, Hero says, this seems much more like they made a 2D Tears of the Kingdom now, rather than just a new Link to the Past. Yeah, this is the moment where they showed basically just Ultra Hand / Magnesis existing, and I was like, okay, we really are just... But again, I like the twist that when you jump, the item jumps, like, the item's, like, positionally locked to you, which is interesting. But the thing that maybe interested me more, you can use it on enemies, and that's cool. But also, there is the anti-ability to this, which we'll see in a second. Reverse Bond. So instead of Bind, where you grab the thing, and when you move, it moves, Reverse Bond is you grab the thing, and when it moves, it pulls you with it. And I'm like... oh, anti-magnesis. It's magnesis where it controls you. And, like, this was a cool mechanic. It's like, hey, what's that bird's flight path? Just let it pull you along on its flight path as it's going. I pull the spider over here, the spider pulls me up the wall. I pull the spider where I want it, it pulls me up the wall again. The anti Ultra Hand is super curious. Yeah, and I'm wondering if there's going to be more abilities in this vein available other than these, but this was the thing that got me kind of hyped, was, oh, you've got more tricks than just summon furniture with magic. I think that's about where we'll leave it. I will go skim back over to the gameplay channel. But yeah,
Switch system.
I hope you can see why that, like, turned around my interest and got me a bit more hyped. Hey Abdullah, sorry I didn't say hi before. I was still trying to finish that. Anyway, I can't remember what we were up to last time we were doing this. We were in the desert. I don't think I completed the stuff in the desert. That's about all I remember. We're going to continue doing our Dragon Age quests and work out where we're going next. I want to finish this desert stuff before I move on, I think. Yeah, it's coming. I forget the date. It's September something. It's when is it? Mid late September? Was it the 27th? Freakish Uproar. I suspect it's going to be a bit more non-linear. Because the echo abilities are going to inherently mean you can sequence break a bit, but also the main quest systems seem to imply you could have multiple main quests at once active, and to a degree select order for them. I can't confirm that, but that is my impression. What was I doing? The trouble with Darkspawn The Venatori, led by Service, were evacuating when they accidentally broke into Darkspawn-infested tunnels. Service has since fled the vicinity. Search for more signs of the Darkspawn. Echo, you do have the ability to have a birthday today. Happy birthday. That's quite the ability you have to make today be your birthday. How's that day doing? Is it suitably birthdayed? Has your birthday ability activated successfully? Let's go. Right, so somewhere around here. When it says search for more signs of Darkspawn, is it just going to be as simple as things are dark over there? Oh, you rolled a crit on birthday? Hell yeah. That is a super high DC check and you scored a crit. Fuck yeah. Okay, I don't think I found signs of Darkspawn, but I will continue.
Working, boss.
The Darkspawn got through. I'll have to see what our people at Skyhold can do.
Okay, I guess that was it. I guess we found the source of the Darkspawn. Oh no! Ooh, it's too much.
Returning back?
Why would we turn back? Can I not just walk over there? Went to the Royal Armories Museum with a couple of friends, had a few cheeky cocktails, and now my boyfriend is snuggled up on my chest while we watch your stream. That sounds like a lovely day. Fuck yeah. It's just a sandstorm out there. Why can't I go walk through a sandstorm? That doesn't seem so bad. Thimba, when you say the latest on the GameStop shenanigans, what are you hinting at? What specifically are you asking about? This was the Darkspawn. Oh, so I'm gonna have to go back to the base, report in that I found the source of the Darkspawn, cash in 5 points, and then it'll activate something. A well has been tampered with and cannot support the keep. An alternative source of fresh water must be secured. Is there a camp nearby? Yeah, we can do this while we're here.
Must be something here. Let's look around.
No, I want to attack the big enemy and not just the random animal running away in fear. Thimba, I'm not surprised. Anything that makes it look like the corporation is not in control, is not gonna be permitted to continue existing. There's no world in which you can get away with posting something to a corporate account you weren't supposed to post to and not have them go, this is unpermitted messaging, we're nuking everything. What am I looking for? A source of water here, was it? Nope, I guess that quest got completed? Did it? I came here because there was a quest here, and I guess there's not a quest here now. I think it's probably time to go head on to the next area of the map. I don't think I need to futz around too much with clearing up the last of these things here. Oh yeah, that's that landmark I couldn't find earlier. Okay, we're gonna go back to Skyhold. Where are you? Yeah, I don't remember where Skyhold is anymore. You're around here somewhere. Oh yeah, Skyhold. There you are. Look at the wrong thing. My drink of choice on stream tonight is some homemade bubble tea, because I went on the internet and realized I could just order the little popping juice balls and just have them in my fridge. Just put some of into my drink when I feel like having a fancy drink. Okay, what I should do is, if I'm planning to, like, go to a new area, I should probably do the run around and try talking to everyone and see if anyone has new dialogue. I should do the thing where we check in with all the party members. Thimba, you would be surprised how many games have the word train in their name but are nothing to do with trains. It is depressingly common. Oh.
You knew where Hawk was all along.
You're damned right I did.
Yeah, I should have
You
expected
conniving
this.
little shit.
You kidnapped me. You interrogated me. What did you expect?
Oh. We'll get there in a second. Freakish Uproar says, I've never had bubble tea. Is it literally just tapioca and sweet creamy tea? There are two things a person might be referring to when they say bubble tea. They might be talking about that, which is not the one I enjoy. They might also be like, what if you had like a fruit-flavored tea, like a fruity, like a very sweet fruit tea-based drink with like gelatin spheres in it that were full of a different flavor of liquid. So like, I'm drinking my fruity drink, but occasionally just a poppable sphere of different flavor will be in there. That is my preferred variety of bubble tea. Oh. I'm going to intervene. I know it's going to piss
enough.
people off.
You're taking his side?
I said enough!
Isn't bubble tea just
We
called
needed
boba nowadays?
someone to lead
Depends
this
on where
Inquisition.
you're at and who you ask.
Hawk was our only hope. He was the champion of Kirkwall. The mages respected him. And you kept him from us.
The Inquisition has a leader.
Hawk would have been at the Conclave if anyone could have saved Most Holy.
Look, I think Varric's kind of in the right here. Like, Hawk clearly didn't... Hawk wanted to be like, look, my adventuring days are over, I don't want to get dragged into other conflicts. But also I think Varric is very much of the opinion, and I think correctly, that if you're trying to set someone up as a new leader of your, like, resistance movement, and you're trying to go, this thing, the magic hand thing makes them special, we need you to, like, almost religiously be willing to follow them. Introducing old hero from the past just muddies up the loyalties of your new movement, in that they're split between the ones who are here because they're following the old leader and the ones who are here because they're following the new person. And if there is a dispute between Hawk and the Inquisitor, you then have to go, how do you settle that and have everyone fall in line behind that choice? I think Varric is very much correct to go, if Hawk don't want to be here, I kind of agree it's best not for us to not muddle things by forcing Hawk to be here.
Varric's not responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
I was protecting my friend.
Varric is a liar, Inquisitor. A snake. Even after the Conclave, when we needed Hawk most, Varric kept him secret.
He's with us now. We're on the same side.
How can you be mean to this
We all know
beautiful
whose side
boy?
you're on, Varric. It will never be the Inquisition's.
Varric is, like, very clearly like, look, Cassandra, I get it, but, like, in what world do you think Varric did this because he's not committed to the Inquisition? Look at this sweet, innocent lad, hair slicked back, lovely smile, silver ring necklace around his neck, shirt opening up just enough to see the pecs. How can you look at that and go, that's a man who's here to do a deceit at me? Never.
That's unworthy of you.
I must not think of what could have been. We have so much at stake. Go, Varric. Just go.
Look, you don't have to agree with the choice that Varric made. You can be pissed off at the choice he made, but don't,
You know what
like...
I think? If Hawk had been at the temple, he'd be dead too. You people have done enough to him.
Right? Don't...
I believed him. He spun his story for me, and I swallowed it. If I just explained what was at stake, if I just made him understand...
Varric knows
But
what's
I
at
didn't,
stake.
I didn't explain why we needed Hawk.
No, he
I'm
knows
such
why
a fool.
Hawk... Look, he knows why Hawk's needed. He just weighed it up and went, look, Hawk doesn't want to be here. I want to respect my friend's wishes. I don't want my friend getting killed being dragged into a fight he doesn't want to be in. And I don't want to muddy this new thing we're building by bringing in a leader that a bunch of people will defer to, but that doesn't want to lead. Like, that's just weakening the, like, clear image of what the Inquisition is that you're trying to build around the Inquisitor.
What if you hadn't believed him, and you'd tracked Hawk down?
Honestly, Hawk might not even have agreed to become Inquisitor.
Right?
He supported the Mage Rebellion, after all. He wouldn't have trusted me for a second. But this isn't about Hawk, or even Varric. Not truly. I should have been more careful. I should have been smarter. I don't deserve to be here.
Hey, Cassandra, we're all fucking idiots mumbling through this. I'm gonna make some mistakes before the end of this playthrough, don't you worry, so, like, don't stress it.
Have you looked at our Inquisition, Cassandra? We're all fools here.
Is that supposed to make me
You
feel
laughed.
better?
I think it made you
More
feel
at
better.
home, maybe.
I want you to know, I have no regrets. Maybe if we'd found Hawk, the Maker wouldn't have needed to send you. But he did. You're not what I'd pictured. But if I've learned anything, it's that I know less than...
Altered Karma, I think that... Altered Karma says there's something to be said for a leader who did not seek power. We didn't seek power either. And I think you are correct. To a degree, there is a benefit to a leader who does not seek power. But the thing I think that gets left out of that sentiment sometimes is there is benefit to a leader who did not seek power, but when the call to action is placed in front of them, they do begrudgingly accept it and go, this is the position I'm in, I will do the job. What you don't want is someone who does not seek power, has it placed onto them, and has reservations about that, who fears using it, or is unsure how to use it, or is too tired to use it, too burned out. Like, you need someone who did not seek power, but when placed with it goes, I'm gonna give it my all now it's here. Yeah. You have anything else to say, Cassandra? You're good. Oh, we got another cutscene one from you. We're getting all the fancy conversations today.
I can keep staring at this, but I won't get any closer.
Something I can help you with?
Yeah, this is the point where we start getting
Possibly.
all the like party
We
member
saw
quests
so
and
many
shit.
Red Templars at the assault on Haven. Perhaps all that was left of the Order. What we didn't see was Lord Seeker Lucius. Indeed, I've seen no hint of any Seekers amongst the Red Templars, or anywhere. I have a growing suspicion Corypheus has imprisoned them.
Why imprisoned? He could just as easily have killed them.
Not easily. But yes, they may be dead. But the Seekers began this war against the mages. They cannot have simply vanished. There must be a trail we can follow, yet so far I have only discovered hints.
But they could have ended up just like the Red Templars.
Seekers do not use lyrium. I assume Corypheus gained control of the Templars by corrupting the lyrium they were already taking. To do the same to a Seeker You'd have to force the lyrium upon him.
I mean,
That
sounds
may
like...
be what happened, but it couldn't have begun that way.
I mean, that sounds like a
We're
thing a
missing
villain
piece
would
of the
do.
puzzle, Inquisitor. I need to find it.
Like, hello, I'm the bad guy. I'm going to inject you with drugs to let me control your mind. Doesn't sound out of place for a thing Corypheus could have done.
Finding them obviously means a lot to you.
I left the Order,
Ooh.
but I can never abandon them.
We've got an
I
accessibility
cannot even claim that
thumbnail.
rescuing them would be beneficial. They wouldn't look kindly on the Inquisition.
That,
But even so, if there's a chance,
I don't know if Jane's about, but
if
that
we
is a
can
good-looking
spare resources
thumbnail.
to follow up on these leads, Inquisitor, I would appreciate it.
Reminds me a little of the Gem Hadar. Yeah. Making people addicted is a pretty effective way of controlling them. Yes, 1000%. Particularly if you can get someone addicted to a thing that has, like, physical withdrawal. Great fucking way to control them. Very effective way to control them. Right, okay, what were we doing? So this is... Cassandra has reason to believe that Corypheus is behind the disappearance of the Seekers of Truth, but she requires help to prove it. Okay, yeah. So, we were running around doing all our little hellos, weren't we? So, Cassandra was there. We need to go talk to Cassandra in case Cassandra has yet another quest marker for us. We shall see. And then we can move on to chatting to everyone else, because I feel like this is the break between story missions where everyone's gonna spill their guts about what shit they got to feel out on. Okay, Cassandra, you done activating cutscenes every time I talk to
I
you?
understand if resources cannot be spared to help search for the
No,
missing seekers.
I'm willing to do it.
Still, it could involve a threat we are unaware
No,
of.
I'll be
There
on
may be
it,
a use
Cassandra.
in
Don't
looking.
worry. Okay, yeah. So you're telling me about your side quest. Cool. Time to continue around. So we got Sarah and Iron Bull. Let's go get Sarah out of the way. You are... Sarah, are you inside here? Oh, you're in there. Okay.
I wondered why all Skyhold seemed suddenly brighter.
I have to go.
Okay.
Inquisitor. That's got a good ring to it. We're happy to be here, Your Worship. You need anything, let me know.
I'd like to know more about the Iron Bull.
The Chief. First time I met him, he saved my
Oh,
life.
I feel like we might be
I never
due
thought I'd
for
work
a
Canary,
big
but he grows on you. He's not like any commander I've ever worked for.
bit of
That's for damn sure.
Iron Bull dialogue here. What kind of commander is
How's
he?
Iron Bull as a commander?
If you know what you're doing and hold up your end, he's easy. He doesn't accept any less. He keeps us alive, he leads from the front, and if you've an idea that'll win the fight, he listens. I've seen bands whose captains had to prove they were swinging the biggest sword. Bull isn't like that. The charges might give him more lip than you'd expect, but every one of us would lay down our lives for the big ass.
How did a Tevinter soldier wind up in a Kunari spy's mercenary company?
I wasn't a soldier at the time. I was in some trouble, trying to flee to Vinter. A Tribune and his men caught me in a border town tavern. They meant to make an example of me. Bull killed them. Gave up his eye doing it. Patched me up and asked if I was looking for work. I've been putting up with his jokes ever since.
Someone who's willing to lose a body part to protect someone they don't know is a great fucking way to win, like, loyalty. I was thinking about this the other day. It's basically the same, storyline as, Ichiban in Like a Dragon and Infinite Wealth. Why he ends up joining the Yakuza. For anyone who hasn't played that game, you got this, like, 17-year-old punk kid who gets into some trouble with a crime syndicate, and basically he panics, and he remembers he's at some point heard the name of some Yakuza boss. So he just fucking panics and tells these guys who are about to cut his hand off, or cut one of his fingers off, I'm with this Yakuza boss. I'm with that Yakuza boss. He'll fuck you up if you hurt me. So they contact this Yakuza boss. They call the kid's bluff, and he shows up, and he goes, "Nah, he is with me. I'll take his punishment for him. Lose a finger for him. Get him out of there." Ichiban is like committed to the Yakuza for life because he's like, "Nah, you didn't know me. You had no reason to come and bail me out of this, but you like took physical injury and like vouched for me to get me out of a shitty situation. I will fucking fight for you to the end of days." And I'm like, yeah, there is a lot to be said for a commander who is willing to go out of their way and take sacrifice for someone they don't know, and then going, yeah, if you want to help out, you're welcome.
That's how he lost the eye?
Yes. The guards had me on the tavern floor when Bull came inside and yelled for them to stop. One of them saw trouble coming and figured he'd finish me off. The guard had a flare. Bull put himself between me and the blow. Big-horned idiot. Didn't even know me.
Is it strange to work for a Kunari?
He hasn't tried to convert us to the Qun, if that's what you're asking. Bull's charges don't care who you light a candle for, so long as your shield stays up. If he hadn't told me he was Ben Hasroth, I'd have thought he'd left that life behind.
I didn't expect he'd tell you all that he was a spy.
Not the whole band, but those who've been around long enough to trust. He figures most of us would find out sooner or later, and it should come from him. Eyes to eye, he says.
Eyes
Just never
to
messed
eye.
up a job. He just writes letters back home. Lots of the boys write letters back home.
Freakish Uproar never apologize for going on tangents. We are more than open to tangents here. Apologies that I'm not stopping the stream to talk about DS9 tangents, but DS9 is real good as, and yeah. I'm following the conversation while being invested in my little crime family over here.
We'll talk later.
Come on. Is it time for a shit ton of Iron Bull content? It's gotta
What can I
be.
do for you?
See you
Not
later,
quite
Bull.
yet.
Nice talking with you, boys.
Not quite yet. Okay, let's head up here, find Sarah.
I hope I can help somehow. Maybe cleaning?
I'm glad we're getting more.
The funniest
I'm
thing
glad we're
I've
getting more
seen
Krem
in
content though.
years.
Krem is the best character.
Sitting
Krem
around
is
up in
wonderful.
them pants like a
Why are you not a playable party member? I would have you in my party every minute of every day. Krem, come fight on the front lines with me. You're
Hey,
great.
you. I have an Inquisitor favor to ask. Just a little thing, really. A little march around for some of your people. It's nothing for you, right?
Yeah, what are you after?
I won't agree to anything without details.
Smart of you. I wouldn't dream of wasting your super important time. It's a Red Jenny thing. I got a tip that some noble stiffs are arguing over Vashel. Land squabble. They're getting little people beat up, so I need you to go to your big table and send some people to walk through town.
Just walk through.
Just walk through. Easy, right?
Who is asking for this?
I'm asking, because I heard people complaining. See, when nobles fight, it's not them, it's their little people stuck in the middle. It's like a polite war, so no one pays attention. But if you march through, the people up top feel threatened too. Stuff like this is always happening. Good sovereigns to be made if you're one of the few who notice.
Honestly, yeah, we'll get it on
All
the
right,
list.
Sarah.
It's fun, right? Not everything has to be torn skies and ancient arseholes. Every little thing makes a difference somewhere.
Look, I've got resources to spare for whatever party member
Human armies
things
and
need
wardens,
doing.
and Varric has exactly who we need. The big talker just knows everything.
Thoughts on progress. Why did you join? Carry on.
I'll be back if I need you.
I'm good. That'll do. Okay. So who else do we have on the to talk with list? Alright, so we talked to all of them. Not really anyone else on this floor, but I do want to go to Blackwell and hand in what artifacts we do currently have. and then we can go do the conversation with the people in the building, and then we can go do people's little loyalty quest bits, and then head to the next area.
Heard you found something that had to do with wardens. Would have liked to have seen it.
Nothing right.
Do I not have any things for you yet? Yeah, no, I have a artifact for you. Can I not?
Visitor?
Do I have to find
Nothing
both
right
of the
now.
ones in that area
Perhaps in a
before I
bit.
can cash them in? Maybe. Maybe I have to find both Western approach artifacts before I can hand him any of them. I can't just give him the one for now. I found one of your things. I don't want it unless it's a full fucking set, do I? Okay, right. Into the building. Oh, we could see if we've got any, like, decision-making to do on the big throne. Oh, yeah, let's go to the throne. Let's do decision-making on our way to having conversations. Are there any new things you need us to preside over? No new presidings yet. In that case, Josephine is nice and easy to chat with, and I can't imagine we'll have anything too immediately big to deal with. Oh, no, cuts. Yeah,
And what else did
cutscene.
Lady Forsythia say? That she'd rather drown herself than help the Inquisition. Anything else? She said she'd have us flogged alive if we allied with her brother.
That does sound like her.
Oh no, the quest marker glow
Cheer
is
up,
still
Josie.
active because I
We
didn't
at
get
least
close
have her
enough to her
attention.
before the conversation.
You
Oops.
always do find the brighter side of things.
She's just standing in the tractor beam.
We are in the midst of cementing an alliance with Lady Forsythia of Nevada, your worship. It's become a somewhat delicate task.
Can I do anything to help negotiations?
Thank you, but I believe I have matters in hand. I dissuaded her from sending soldiers when she learned we'd struck an accord with a brother she's feuding with. Lady Forsythia simply employs a colorful manner of speech.
You're rather good-natured about threats of death and dismemberment.
They are chiefly bluster, Inquisitor. Most of them.
Josephine has the
But I
vibe of
confess
someone
I
who's
don't
like a
release myself from the
forum
Inquisition.
moderator.
It was always useful to discuss the day's visitors with them.
Yeah, she's got the vibe of a forum moderator who's like, no, I'm fine with reading death threats all day because I've read enough of them to know none of them are gonna do shit about it. I've numbed myself to them.
I have time, if you'd like to review things with me.
I wouldn't wish to impose.
If it were imposing, I wouldn't have offered.
Well, I admit there are a few potential alliances.
The height difference really changes the vibe of a lot of Josephine's, like, slightly flustered responses.
Right on the parlor floor, in front of everyone at the soiree. Who does such a thing in front of their guests?
The Duke of Kellington, apparently.
And then there's Cole's lurking. It frightens our guests half to death. Lord Jennar still won't respond to our letters. And Sarah, can she not find a single overshirt without mustard stains on it? Then there's Dorian. The man refuses to take anything seriously unless it suits its whim. Not to mention... Oh goodness. Have we been here an hour already?
It went by so quickly, I didn't even notice.
You're far too polite. I didn't intend to go on for so long. You must think me quite the gossip.
No, you're someone who has to deal with a lot of being very polite and, like, diplomatic as a diplomat to people who really don't deserve your politeness. You get a lot of stuff pent up, and I imagine it's good to have an outlet. Altered Karma says, I wonder how horned characters sleep or if their neck muscles are just jacked. Finding the right pillow is a time without the cranial adornments. I mean, I think you just, like... Maybe you have, like, a pillow that, like, is firmer at the neck end, but like there's less stuffing at the top end, so like your neck is supported and your jaw's supported, but like there's room for your horns to dip in. Like, shaped pillows exist for various conditions. I'm sure. Also, like, these ones aren't so far back. You could probably lie on your back and not do too much damage. Maybe put some corks on the end to not, like, accidentally stab your mattress with the ends.
Spending time with such an engaging woman is never unpleasant, Lady Montelier.
Goodness. I'm glad I haven't wasted your day.
I do really
Well,
like Josephine as a
taken up
character.
quite enough of your time already. Until next time, Your Worship.
Even if there is a bit of a, there's a little bit of a power imbalance in someone who's going to call you Your Worship. There's a little power imbalance in that flirting, but also, like, she's fun to flirt with. So, you know, potato, potato. Okay, if nothing else, I need to deactivate your little tractor beam. Because I know I haven't done it. It's going to annoy me if I don't do it.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Looks like we're good there. So, who else have we got? We've got... This is the quest log. We've got... Oh, we've got Cullen over there, who we're going to have to deal with. Let's go chat. Let's go chat to this lot. Smacking her sword is apparently a sex-based term, Cass, according to Automod. Is it a euphemism I haven't heard? You know, ugh. Oh, you don't want to go in there for a minute. She's smacking her sword at the moment.
What?
Feels like it'd be a trans woman specific innuendo.
That got a little heated. You all right?
Well, that depends. How angry is Cassandra? I wasn't trying to keep secrets. I told the Inquisition everything that seemed important at the time.
I know, Varric. You never would have kept quiet otherwise.
I keep hoping none of this is real. Maybe it's all some bullshit from the Fade and it'll just disappear.
Oh, Thimba, I think I saw this earlier. Was it like Yakuza Wars or something like that? Was that the trademark? It was something that seemed to suggest like a grand strategy game, but like, well, I'd have thought it would be like a Dragon Wars, but if it was going to be like in the Like a Dragon, but maybe they're trying to separate it to be like, don't expect a Like a Dragon game. We're still going to use the Yakuza trademark for this, maybe, but...
Corypheus is back. Oh, shit.
I'd be up for like an RTS Yakuza if it kept like the silliness and of tone. You give me something that's give me like a Command and Conquer Red Alert 2 in terms of like silliness for an RTS, or like, you know, with Tim Curry going, we're going to the one place that hasn't been ruined by capitalism. Spice! You know, give me an RTS with that kind of sense of humor, like Yakuza humor in an RTS. I could see that working. Maybe you make it a little more zoomed in, a little more character focused. You make Yakuza Wars be a little bit more like a Marvel's Midnight Suns or an XCOM kind of strategy game on a more personal level. I could see that working. Because I can see a few ways that you could do a Yakuza Wars make sense as a game. Total War Yakuza. Ooh, Total War Yakuza would be interesting. Cass says, bless Tim Curry for his commitment to giving it 100% at all times. My favourite thing about that clip, I'm going to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Spice! My favourite thing about that clip is you can see him cracking up in the clip. You can see that he knows it's a fucking stupid line of dialogue, and he's having to not burst into laughter because he knows what he's about to say is nonsense. He's like, the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. It was why, sir? Like, he's barely containing it, and I'm like, Yeah, he breaks, but he styles it out. He gets the takeout, and it's. But yes, tell us about Corypheus. What is he? What is Corypheus?
A Darkspawn or a Magister. What is he really?
I'm not sure. I don't think Corypheus really knows either. He's definitely a Darkspawn, but when we found him, it was pretty obvious he hadn't heard that. He thinks he's a Magister, a priest of Dumat, in fact. He says he broke into the Golden City, like in the Chantry tale.
If you and Hawk defeated him once, we can do it again.
We didn't just think Corypheus was dead. He was dead. No pulse, no breath, full of stab wounds. There wasn't a lot of room for doubt. It makes me wonder. I thought the Wardens imprisoned Corypheus to use him. Maybe they did it because he can't be killed.
Sometimes you find an unkillable foe and you just have to lock him in a box and hope that the box never gets opened, for fear that you get a Rita Repulsa style after 10,000 years, I'm free! Sometimes you just gotta lock him in a box and hope no one opens the box.
How did you and Hawk even wind up in a Grey Warden prison for ancient Darkspawn?
Corypheus sent people after Hawk. He actually got control of an entire Carta clan. Made them drink Darkspawn blood. Weird shit. We tracked the Carta to an old dwarven fort or something in the mountains. Of course, it turned out to be a trap. They needed Hawk's blood to open the locks holding Corypheus, and they drew us into the prison to get it.
Oh, I hate when you accidentally get drawn to the one place that can use your bloodline to, like, do some magical shit. If only I'd known.
There has to be a way to defeat Corypheus. We'll find it, don't worry.
I hope you're right.
Oh, I know
Maker's
I'm right.
breath, what have I let loose?
You had nothing to do with this, Varric.
I was the one who led Hawk to Corypheus. If I hadn't tracked the Carta to that ruin. But you've got more important things to do than listen to me worry. Just let me know when you want something shot.
Look, one of these days, someone's going to invite me to, like, oh, I heard about this, like, cool, this cool music venue, you should come along, or whatever. And I'll get there, and, like, shit will start glowing. It's like, fuck, this was no music concert at all. It was a tomb imprisoning an ancient being, and they needed me, the moon goddess, to be here to unlock the ancient seal and let the evil entity out. I tell you in advance, if I ever am used as part of a ritual to release a dark evil entity into reality by virtue of being the moon goddess, I apologize in advance. I've not been told about any, like, prophecies about, like, my presence or blood or whatever being used to let some ultimate evil out. So, like, I'm unaware. So if I get led into that situation, I'm really sorry, I didn't know. I apologize that my moon magic was used to let the darkspawn of Satan out of hell or whatever. Sorry. It really caught me off guard. Alright, where were we? Varric, do you have... Yeah, you do. Third cutscene in a row.
Battling the demons of paperwork? That's a fight nobody walks away from clean.
You have no idea the number of times I've almost been killed by bills of lading. I've been meaning to come talk to you anyhow. I never officially joined the Inquisition. I don't know how to do this disciplehood thing. I'm a businessman. Never really followed a chosen one before.
Just copy me. Make it up as you go along.
I don't even know how to deal with all this. Just make something up. It'll be fine.
Oh, so we're saving the world through bullshit now? All right, I can manage that.
Varric,
you just don't know what you are to the people
that's the
out
secret.
there. The Herald of
We'll get
Andraste is a symbol bigger than any of us.
Yeah, Varric, here's the secret. All that any of us are doing at any given time, like, we're all of us in this life are overgrown children making our best guess at what an adult would do in a situation and hoping it works. None of us know what we're doing until we've done it, and sometimes you just gotta walk forward and hope you get the right way.
What am I to you, then?
None of this shit makes any sense to me. Is this the end of the world? Did Andraste send you through the breach? I have no idea. You heard the crowd singing after Haven was attacked?
Whatever I am to Thedas, I'm still just an ordinary person.
So, just a regular person, like anybody else. Right. I should probably get back to work. Unless, you up for a game of Wicked Grace?
A game with you, Varric? Anytime. Literally anytime I will hang out with you, Varric. You are...
What can I do for
you? You are good. You are good. And I really hope that what we saw in that, like, little 20-minute preview of Veilguard isn't you dying, like, an hour into that game. I hope that's not what's going on, but, you're not a party member. And Bianca does get destroyed. And I'm really concerned that you're not gonna last very long. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you just get pulled into the rift or something. But like, I am not feeling good about your chances, Varric. So I'm just gonna soak up every bit of you I can in this playthrough, just in case this is like the last opportunity I get to really soak you in. Oh Varric, oh Varric, oh Varric.
Carry on.
Good old Varric. So where are we heading? Dorian is up a floor. Let's do Solus first. Solus is here.
I've never done anything like that before.
Oh,
Do you regularly talk to people in dreams?
dream fade walked.
Consider that one more rule you have effortlessly broken in your rise to power.
Yeah, we had a little vision of being back at Haven.
It is truly remarkable, but I am reasonably certain we are awake now. And if you wish to discuss anything, I would enjoy talking.
I'd like to
yeah, tell me more stories about your shit. I need to know more about you,
I would be happy
Solus.
to share it with you.
Cause, hey, Solus, I think you're going to be really fucking important to Veilguard. You know, Veilguard wasn't always called Veilguard. It was called something else previously that might imply you have a lot of significance to the game, and, like, tell me your stories. I need to know what I need to soak your deal in.
I found the ruin of Barandur, a lost Tevinter city buried deep beneath a dead and barren wasteland. Volcanic ash had sealed it tight. In one dark moment, every living creature in the city seared and smothered. They were statues in the ashes, like a mold made to recall the lost.
Tell me about a spirit you encountered.
I met a friendly spirit who observed the dreams of village girls as love first blossomed in their adolescence. With subtlety, she steered them all to village boys with gentle hearts, who would return their love with gentle kindness. The matchmaker, so I called her. That small village never knew its luck.
Hey, I like that ghost. I like the ghost of... Nah, you don't want that boy. That boy's a fucking douchebag. He's gonna break your heart. Now that little nerd shit over there, he'll treat you right. He'll be good for you. I like the ghost that just steers teenage girls away from the worst shitbag teens of the town. It used to be Dragon Age Egghead. Yeah, Dragon Age Egghead was like, it was a little on the nose of a title, you know.
Tell me about the old memories you
Little
found
too
in the
obvious.
I saw a savage human horde go marching toward the battlefront. They sang a soldier's hymn to keep formation. Primal music shook the ground. These savage, unwashed warriors carried harmonies no chantry choirs mastered, though their cause was all but hopeless. They sang songs that made the
There's
spirits
nothing like maybe walking to your doom to bring some fucking sorrow out in a vocal performance.
We'll talk later.
No, done. I was checking if you had more. Oh, I was checking if you had more dialogue. Apparently, you had a fucking cutscene ready to trigger.
Something wrong with your tea?
It is tea. I detest this stuff. But this morning, I need to shake the dreams from my mind. I may also need a favor.
But you don't need anything. From anyone. You're known for that.
One of my oldest friends has been captured by mages, forced into slavery. I heard the cry for help as I slept.
You have friends. Solus, there's a person on the planet who likes you. That's real fucking mean, but it's so tempting. It's so tempting.
I'd be happy to help. What did these mages use to capture
I gotta resist. I gotta resist the urge to be a shitbag to
summoning
Solus.
circle, I would imagine.
I'm sorry?
My friend is a spirit of wisdom. Unlike the spirits clamoring to enter our world through the rifts, it was dwelling quite happily in the Fade. It was summoned against its will, and wants my help to gain its freedom and return to the Fade.
I thought spirits wanted to find their way into this world.
Some do, certainly. Just as many Orlesian peasants wish they could journey to exotic Rivain. But not everyone wants to go to Rivain. My friend is an explorer, seeking lost wisdom and reflecting it. It would happily discuss philosophy with you, but it had no wish to come here physically.
Do you have any idea what the mages want with your friend?
No. It knows a great deal of lore and history, but a mage could learn that simply by speaking to it in the Fade. It is possible that they seek information it does not wish to give, and intend to torture
Or it could just be a bunch of teens that were fucking around with a Ouija board and they were like, oh, I heard a rumor you can summon a ghost if you do this. And they summoned a ghost and were like, what do we do with it now? I don't know, you're a fucking ghost.
All right. Let's go get your friend.
Thank you. I got a sense of my friend's location before I awoke. I'll mark it on our map.
Cool. You done, Solus? Or you got more cutscenes to pop? No? Okay.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Okay, I'm going to assume you're done for now. Go chat to Dorian. Oh.
I'm told you have Alexius researching magic for you. Research is always what made him happiest. Perhaps I'll even go talk to him eventually. One word of advice. If he suggests altering time as a way to solve all your problems, give it a pass.
Hey, Dorian, I was with you when he, did all the time portals. Trust me, I know it's a bad idea to let him do time portals. You don't have to tell me that one, sir.
I should go.
Naturally. Questions.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
I should go.
Try.
Remember, in November, this game does indeed turn 10. I was wondering for a while whether they were going to release, Veilguard on this game's 10th anniversary, but Jeff Grubb / a Dark Horse listing for the art book suggests, end of October, maybe, 29th, 30th of October. But also, the 10th anniversary would be slightly too late and would mean that they wouldn't be eligible for Keighley's Game of the Year awards, which I don't think they want. So I don't think they're going to do it. But part of me was like, the 10th anniversary of Inquisition would be a great time to just drop Veilguard.
Did you need something?
Honestly, the game's held up pretty well for its age, because this was... one sec, yeah. Yeah, this was originally released at, the end of the 360, the 360 generation, PS3 360. It's aged pretty well for being two generations old. It was right at the tail end of that generation. It's held up pretty well. Okay, yeah, I think we're good with you. Alright, who is there here? Solus, Liana, Dorian, Varric, Vivienne. Oh, Vivienne! We haven't spoken to fucking Vivienne yet, no. Fine, let's go talk to Vivienne. Are you here? Oh, you're upstairs, aren't you, Vivienne? Vivienne. I've got to remember how to get to you. Cheap viewers on Platisolana.com. Oh no, I accidentally clicked the ban button. How will I ever get cheap followers now? My hand just keeps slipping at the most unopportune time. If I was less of a klutz, I could have cheap followers, but I just keep accidentally clicking on the ban button. It is my curse. I will never have cheap followers now.
Yes? Is there anything I can do to help your effort?
After the circles fell, 1,000 years of recorded knowledge in the hands of bandits. I've received news that some tomes have been located. If you are interested in that,
Sure, I'll find some books for you.
Take care of this.
Okay, anything else?
Yes?
You got any, like, cutscenes or anything? No. Okay, we're cool. I think it's just Cullen left to talk to now, and I've done the rounds.
Honored, Inquisitor. Don't know it's worth to the fight exactly, but it's good workmanship.
Another time.
I'm not trying to talk to you, sir. Let me leave. Let me leave. Yeah, Cullen, I've got to go all the fucking way over here. Anyone else got big cutscenes they want to spring on me today? Anyone. Cutscenes for anyone. Oh, Cullen's got one.
Gloat all you like. I have this one.
Are you sassing me, Commander? I didn't know you had it in you.
Why do I even... Inquisitor.
Leaving, are you? Does this mean I win?
Please don't stop on my account.
All right. Your move.
You need to come to terms with my inevitable victory. You'll feel much better.
Really? Because I just won. And I feel fine.
Terra, you have not. We're
Don't
good.
get smug.
Not
There'll be
yet.
no living with you.
I should return to my duties as well. Unless you would care for a game.
Sure, I'll give you a game.
Prepare the board, Commander.
As a child, I played this with my sister. She would get this stuck-up grin whenever she won, which was all the time. My brother and I practiced together for weeks. Oh, the look on her face the day I finally won. Between serving the Templars and the Inquisition, I haven't seen them in years. I wonder if she still plays.
You have siblings.
2 sisters and a brother.
Where are they now?
They moved to South Reach after the Blight. I do not write to them as often as I should. Oh, it's my turn.
I'm not gonna cheat, because that's a fucking dick move for your boss to do to you. I'm not gonna let him win, because a cheap win that's unearned I don't think is gonna mean anything to him. I think we gotta play fair.
Alright, let's see what you've got.
I think win or lose, I think he's gonna want an honest match.
This may be the longest we've gone without discussing the Inquisition, or related matters. To be honest, I appreciate the distraction.
Yes, there are problems with Cullen's, actor. Every Dragon Age seems kind of cursed to have one voice actor in it who turns out to be a bit shit. In this one, I believe it is Cullen. In Veilguard, we already have a sense of who that's going to be. Let me find his name. Ike Amadi, who is playing, what's the character's name of the Griffin in Veilguard? Davrin. He is apparently a real fucking right-wing anti-trans, not great, it would seem. Yeah, Jarvik's voice actor, which is a shame, because he's such a fucking good job at Jarvik. Jarvik is one of my favourite fucking voice roles in Mass Effect. But yeah, at some point since Mass Effect released, he has in the recent past started following a lot of real fringe alt-right figures, a lot of right-wing nut jobs, and specifically a lot of really anti-trans folks. And it's a real shame. It's a real shame. It is the curse of BioWare's RPGs and their voice casting.
We've been through enough to drop the formalities and simply talk.
I couldn't say how long he's had them. I only know he has them now, and they're near the top of his most recent follows. I believe this one could not verify how long that was. I only noticed it recently and was like, Oh, and you got anything else? Okay.
That's all for now.
Okay, that is everyone. Cool. I can finally go to the war table. Progress. Speaking of voice actors, I haven't done this yet today, but we're going to do this in all these streams because, you know, this is what the union is asking for in terms of solidarity from streamers. Hey, as a reminder, SAG-AFTRA's Video Game Voice Actor Union are currently on strike, protesting for better protections from AI to make sure that they are not simply used, have their voices used without their consent or payment to train voice models that will then be used to replace them without, you know, paying them for their work, or from being pressured into accepting contracts that mandate acceptance of AI terms as a prerequisite to getting work. They're fighting for all that at the moment. Reminder that that is happening, and if you wanna support the strikes, go check out SAG-AFTRA's social media accounts and go follow the strike and pay attention to what's going on with the strike. I need to remember to bring up, particularly anytime we talk about voice actors and Veilguard. Oh, my little icon's not on right now. Where's my... Ah, my Strike Solidarity little icon in the corner of the stream. Apparently I turned it off too. I'm gonna guess for video capturing for gameplay. Deft hands, fine tools. Cool, finally got it. Okay, let's have a look. That report is ready from the hinterlands. This report is ready. Locate the missing seekers for Cassandra. Let's send Liliana to do that. Reports of darkspawn activity. Where do we go right now? Gather herbs. Gain someone's friendship. By the anarchist. Dorian's request we can do. There's Venatory mages.
Did you see the message I sent? Yes, thank you.
Cullum will send you on that. Can we find Solus's one that wants doing? Where's the one? Where's the one that? So this is what we wanted doing. Okay.
At your service.
I should have really done all these before running around doing all the conversations, because I could have had these happening in the background, couldn't I? Oh well, that's on me. That's me being silly. But let's see, where are we off to next? Where are we at? The last place we were was the Western Approach, I think. Oh, it was Crestwood we did before. Okay, let me back out of the war table and look at my quests list here and see whether this clues me into where I need to go for some of these side quests. So Exalted Plains. Have we been to the Exalted Plains yet? The Spirit is here. Favors of the first chapter. The Western Approach is where we're going next. Orkenstraud, I hear. Oh, this is the following the calling. The Venatori. When are we meant to go to Exalted Plains? Yeah, it seems Western Approach is the next place we should be going. Okay, and we can come around and do the side quests when applicable, so I should just be able to come to here. Oh, it's the place we were before, the Western Approach. Did I go to the Western Approach before, or did I go there incorrectly? Is this... Okay. I think that's it. So let's get this lot all on the move. Oh, I am sleepy today. Okay, yeah, so let's try and find this for Vivienne. And do that quickly, and then head off to do the actual important stuff we need to do. Okay, we found that book. That's done. Yeah, let's go follow the quest over there with Hawk. Hopefully we can just run directly there and won't be too bothered on the way. What's our level at? 13. Give it maybe like 1 or 2 more levels, we're probably ready to go back and fight that dragon in the hinterlands finally. That is quite an ominous place. That I think this is where all the wardens were going, as if they were ants that had been sprayed with the dead ant smell.
It has to be blood magic. I hope we can stop them before more people get hurt. You take point. I'll guard your backs.
Looks like we might be a little late.
Wait! No.
Warden Commander Clarel's orders were clear.
This is wrong.
Remember your oath. In war, victory. In peace, vigilance. In death,
I'm sorry.
sacrifice.
Oh.
Good. Now bind it just as I showed you.
Oh, what are people doing hand magic? Other people, ooh, I've got a magic hand.
Inquisitor, what an unexpected pleasure. Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, at your service.
You are no warden.
But you are. The one Clarel let slip. And you found the Inquisitor and came to stop me. Shall we see how that goes?
It looks like you've already done some of my work for me.
What, him? We simply needed his blood. Oh, were you hoping to garner sympathy? Maybe make the Wardens feel a bit of remorse? Wardens, hands up! Hands down.
Corypheus has taken their minds.
They did this to themselves. You see, the calling had the Wardens terrified. They looked everywhere for help.
Even to Winter.
Yes, and since it was my master who put the calling into their little heads, we in the Venatori were prepared. I went to Clarel full of sympathy, and together we came up with a plan.
Yeah.
Raise a demon army, march into the deep roads, and kill the old gods before they wake.
Are you really so fucking arrogant as to think, like, we grab a handful of demons, we, you know, catch them unaware, we could probably slay some gods that way? Do you really think that's gonna be enough to fucking murder some gods, do you?
Corypheus marching across Orlais with an army of demons. That was in the future I saw at Redcliffe.
And now you know how it begins. Sadly for the Wardens, the binding ritual I taught their mages has a side effect. They're now my master's slaves. This was a test. Once the rest of the Wardens complete the ritual, the army will conquer Thedas.
So Corypheus influenced the Wardens and made them do this ritual.
Made them? No! Everything you see here, the blood sacrifices to bind the demons, the Wardens did it of their own free will. Fear is a very good motivator, and they were very afraid. You should have seen Clarel agonize over the decision. Burdens of command, I suppose.
Why would the Wardens try to kill the old gods?
A blight happens when dark spawn find an old god and corrupt it into an archdemon. If someone fought through the deep roads and killed the old gods before they could be corrupted, poof, no more blights, ever. The Wardens sacrificed their lives and saved the world.
That's madness. For all we know, killing the old gods could make things even worse.
Yeah, so unless you'd know a lot about
the
consequences and stuff with the old gods, wouldn't you? Given that it seems like Veilguard, the whole problem with Veilguard will be instigated by people fucking with the old gods rather than just leaving them locked up wherever the fuck they are and not bothering them, I wouldn't fuck with the old gods, probably.
Why would Clarel risk using demons?
Demons need no food, no rest, no healing. Once bound, they will never retreat, never question orders. They are the perfect army to fight through the deep roads. Or across Orlais. Now they are bound to my master.
Do you really want to see the world fall to the Blight? What do you get out of this?
The Elder One commands the Blight. He is not commanded by it, like the mindless Darkspawn. The Blight is not unstoppable or uncontrollable. It is simply a tool.
Somebody's certainly a tool.
As for me, while the Elder One rules from the Golden City, we, the Venatori, will be his god kings here in the world.
He's gonna have literally zero fucking need for you. You're gonna find that the Leopards-Eating Faces party will, as soon as you're no longer useful, eat your face. I know you think that the Leopards-Eating Faces party will never eat your face, but, sir, they're gonna eat your face.
Release the Wardens from the binding and surrender. I won't ask twice.
No, you won't.
Oh no! He's got evil red hand. He's got the anti-power. He's got the evil reverse power.
The anchor that lets you pass safely through the veil. You stole that from my master. He's been forced to seek other ways to access the Fade. When I bring him your head, his gratitude will be...
Fuck you, I still have a cool magic hand, sir.
Kill them!
Listen to reason.
You were correct. Through their ritual, the mages are slaves to Corypheus.
And the Warden warriors? Of course.
sacrificed in the ritual. What a waste.
The mages killed their fellow wardens. Nothing can justify that.
I don't care about justification. It's past time to take arms against the Wardens and stop this madness.
The Wardens were wrong, Hawk. But they had their
I do wonder if the Inquisitor is going to
All
have
blood
this
mages do.
much of a presence in
Everyone has
Belgrade.
a story they tell themselves to justify bad decisions. And it never matters.
Like,
in
it
the
would...
end, you are always alone.
It would be really cool if the Inquisitor is like...
I believe I know where the Wardens
a party member with a little quest
Raymond fled in
line.
that
If they're
direction.
this significant again.
There's an abandoned Warden fortress that way. Adamant.
Good thinking.
The Warden
It's
and
like, I
will
forgot
scout out
until this,
Adamant and confirm
coming
that the
back
other
around to
Wardens
this,
are
like,
there.
how present
We'll meet you
Hawk
back at
is
Skyhold.
in this for a while. Like, Hawk plays a bigger role than I remember in this. Okay, well, let's grab this landmark. I think it's already time to... Yeah, I think it's already time to head back to Skyhold. Okay, yeah, so it's there next. I chat to everyone again and just double check they don't have anything new.
Something is troubling me, Inquisitor.
Yeah?
Leliana is receiving reports of mages becoming possessed, Templars going rogue. No one is dealing with these matters. I was hoping we might, before they get worse.
We can certainly look into it.
I will mark these incidents on the map as I learn of them, and I would be pleased to accompany you if and when you investigate.
Cool, more Cassandra quests?
Do you need something?
No, okay,
That's
you're
enough for
good.
Another time, then.
Oh, and just give me like a map that puts an exclamation mark
Someone
if they
left
have
sliced plums on the windowsill again.
something
The
actually
juice
new.
is attracting flies. There are spiders everywhere.
Your worship.
Okay,
We'll
no,
talk
you're
later.
good.
How's it going?
Okay, you're
See you later,
good.
Nice talking.
I think I'm probably fine to just head back to the war table. I'm not gonna stress. If I happen to run past someone, I'll chat to them, but like I'm not gonna go out of my way to remember to do it. Eric, you gone walking? Okay, fine. You're not immediately in my path, Varric. That means you don't get a nice little chit chat. No chit chat unless you happen to be in my route today. Josephine, you get a chat. You're on my path.
Let's speak later.
You have nothing for me, but I'll at least try with you.
I tracked that Venatori
Oh,
mage
there they
back to
are.
Adamant Fortress. They're looking at assault options now in the war room.
Thanks for coming.
You did well, Varric. The Inquisitor is just who you need.
Oh, it's been great. Murderous wardens, archdemon attacks, plenty of blood mages and crazy Templars. Just like home.
I know how much you hated leaving Kirkwall.
This is the ass end of Thedas. You know they eat snails here? Still, I think I need to finish this out. If it weren't for me and Bartrand, none of this would have happened. So much for changing our lives.
That's what happens when you try to change things. Things change. You can't always control.
Very well put. Very well put, Hawk. That is indeed what happens when you try and change things. Things change.
I tracked the Wardens to Adamant Fortress, Inquisitor. Your specialists are waiting in...
Okay, cool. Barrick, can I talk to you? Or, no, you're just not a person here. Okay, the Mayor of Crestwood has been found.
Are you all right, Leliana? Are you? I suppose not. Haven was trying. Let us begin.
See, Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts, that is. Adamant Fortress, the Grey Wardens defending its walls are legendary warriors.
Really? You did not notice? I had no idea Lady Beverly was one of your people. You might have told me before I embarrassed myself.
Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts is there. Okay, so I think next is... I think it's Exalted Plains. I think it's time for Exalted Plains, which I can just head to, because I think I've already unlocked it. Yeah, okay. Yes, this is a place we accidentally came slightly early. We are ultimately kind of wanting to head to... Let's see, which quest? That's... Cassandra's quest we gotta do. We can do that when we get there. Rifts... And there's a Solus's... Yeah, so we'll head Solus's direction first, because we've got Solus in the party already.
Word for you.
What is it?
This may be worth...
Hey Zilla, thank you very much for the bits. Happy Monday to you too. Congrats on the Inquisition edit this week. I know you're real proud of it. It was a real good one. Hope you're having a good day so far. How was your Monday treating you?
Keep off the ramparts? I wonder why.
I'd say it's a perfect reason to go to.
Alright, so we heading... That's the ramparts, but the rifts will take us sort of where we're going. Okay, let's head towards the rifts and we'll work the rest out. Oh, hooray! Congrats! I'm glad you have tasty, delicious strawberries you get to enjoy. Hurrah for growing your own things, and those things actually blooming and providing some tasty treats. Alright. Yes, next week I'm going to be missing at least one stream. I have made the decision to skip streaming one night next week so that I can see I Saw the TV Glow while it's doing its one screening at a cinema sort of near me. I've heard too many good things about that film from too many people whose opinions I trust, including many trans people whose opinions I trust, to be like, I need to see that one and it's theatrical. The ways I have heard it described are very much up my alley. I try not to disrupt my streaming schedule with non-work stuff, but occasionally there'll be a thing where I'm like, there's only one day I can do it. Something I don't want to miss. And occasionally occurs. Where are we going? This way. Yes, everything I have heard about I Saw the TV Glow, from the descriptions of it as a horror that understands finding horror in the mundane, to hey, cis people walked away from this with an understanding and trans people are walking away from it going, oh god, there's so much more to it. This thing was perfect, but it touched something deep in me I didn't realize it was going to, and I'm like, yeah. The Unconnie, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Thank you very much for sneaking into Bezos' home while he was busy, you know, firing poor people, and using that as an excuse to steal some pennies and slide them under the table. I appreciate that. I didn't really have time to watch a lot of the stream, but I hope I'm back now. You appear to be back now. Thank you very much for the 3 months of sub. Yes. My understanding is that I Saw the TV Glow. The understanding I have of it is trans horror, where the horror isn't being trans, the horror is not listening to yourself when you know what you need. Is the scary thing. I'm like, that is the correct place to find horror in that. I need to see this thing. Alright, where are we at? It's another rift. And that'll bring us around to Sola, so then we can double back around. Yes. Oh, the accessibility episode that I worked on today, that I'm not sure if it'll go up this Friday or next Friday, but definitely not gonna ruffle any feathers. I might be putting out an accessibility episode about virtual queuing systems as an accessibility accommodation that it would really be great to see conventions like Gamescom get on board with. And I'm sure this won't piss off any non-disabled gamers who don't really understand the concept and think what I'm advocating for is just disabled people never have to wait in lines and can skip all the lines, and why don't we get that? Why do disabled people get all the cool stuff and not us? I'm sure it won't cause any any arguments or strife. It'll be a smoothly received episode, I am certain. Aha! Aha, the jumping system worked today. I say as I fear I might have just gotten myself stuck in an area I might not be able to jump out of. Oh no. Oh no. What have I done? This is probably fine. Okay, okay. Plan. We go this way around and through the windows. Aha, yes, that'll do. Come on, Iron Bull, draw aggro. This episode will be on YouTube. It'll be on youtube.com/LauraKBuzz either this Friday or next Friday. Probably Friday of next week. I'm traveling a bit this week and it's somewhat intruding with my upload schedule, so it's probably going to be Friday of next week it'll go on. But, yeah, it's a good 15 minutes of me talking about virtual queuing systems and what they are and the good and bad ways that they have been implemented in the past in things like the theme park industry. And how you could apply them to an event like Gamescom to improve accessibility of a very crowded, very long queues event for a variety of disabled people. And it's a thing I feel very passionately about and that no one will get irrationally upset about. Oh hey everyone, welcome Raiders, welcome everyone who's just come over from Steph's stream. I'm Laura, I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. If you don't know me already, I do the subtitles on the Inquisition. I also am a host on Podquisition. Those are places you can tell me from if you're following Steph's stream. We're playing some Dragon Age Inquisition today. You've just missed the bit where we spent like 2 hours having conversations with party members, and every party member had so many things they wanted to tell us. They all have so much dialogue, so many narratives. How is everyone doing today? I am sniffly. I've done the thing where I've overworked myself just a little bit and my body's gone, you're just gonna feel a little run down. You've run out of reserves. Oh, how far away are we from? Oh yeah, I need to leave this place and double back to. Oh, Steph, thank you very much for the 47 months of sub. Thank you very much. Hoi hoi indeed. How was your stream? Did you enjoy Clash Artifacts of whatever? The Uncanny, I haven't seen it yet, so I have no response. I'm looking forward to seeing it. We'll see how it is in practice. I've seen a review that said the reviewer said the things I don't like about it was doing deliberately and it was doing them effectively, and I'm like, yeah, I get that sometimes media is like that. But we'll see. I'm not going in with any more expectations than I'm sure it will be interesting, and I don't want to miss my opportunity to give it its best shot at seeing it. Ooh, that is rough. I'm sorry to hear the body is misbehaving today. Oh, this is Solus's friend, the Casper the Friendly Ghost, who is looking considerably more like a spooky monster than old Egghead sort of led us to believe he would.
The mage has turned your friend into a demon.
Yes.
You said it was a spirit of wisdom, not a fighter.
A spirit becomes a demon when denied its original purpose.
So they summoned it for something so opposed to its own nature that it was corrupted. Fighting?
Let us ask them.
A mage! You're not with the bandits?
I love
Do
that
you have
Solus
any
is wearing
lyric
his
potions?
most nipple-revealing outfit
We'll be
possible.
fighting that demon. You summoned that demon! Except it was a spirit of wisdom at the time. You made it kill! You twisted it against its purpose!
I understand how it might be confusing to someone who has not studied demons, but after you help us, I can...
We are not here to help you.
Yeah, hey, sir, you clearly don't know who Solus is. Saying, oh, this might be confusing to someone who hasn't studied demons. For reasons not yet addressed in this game, but I think that we can fairly easily say Solus spent a lot of time just hanging out in the dream world with all the ghosts. We know that. Like, a very long time just living in the ghost world, not even coming back to reality. Do not lecture this man on not knowing enough about demons. He knows demons, and that one was his friend, and now it's a monster. Look, I'm always resistant to, like, bigging Solus up. I don't want to give him more of an ego than he's already got, but... this man opposite us is an idiot, and I do need to tell him that Solus is smarter than him. And I'm not saying that to say Solus is smart, I'm saying you, sir, are a fool.
Word of advice? I'd hold off on explaining how demons work to my friend here.
Listen to me. I was one of the foremost experts in the Kirkwall
Shut up. You summoned it to protect you from the bandits.
Yes.
You bound it to obedience, then commanded it to kill. That is when it turned. The summoning circle. We break it, we break the binding. No orders to kill, no conflict with its nature, no demon.
What? The binding is the only thing keeping the demon from killing us. Whatever it was before, it is a monster now.
Look.
Inquisitor, please.
I trust you, Solus. And if you turn out to be wrong, we can fight and kill the thing. We got to at least give this thing a chance to be a Casper the friendly ghost that wants to learn shit. We can't just assume it is forever evil, sparky Godzilla.
I've studied rituals like this. I should be able to disrupt the binding quickly.
Thank you. We must hurry!
I should probably hurry. Let's be quick and smash all the little troops. Let the thing out. We don't want to upset it. We're not here to fight you, demon. Don't worry about that. We're just here to let you out. Don't freak out. Still got plenty of health. Don't worry about the demon. You feeling better for that?
Tel Abalos en Asal Atali. Mamilava Halani. Malasuladinadas. Magilani Mitinan.
I like that they don't feel the need to translate this. That they're like, hey, sometimes there are just languages happening beyond your knowledge. You just kind of got to go with the fact that you won't directly understand some things in this world.
I'm sorry, Solus.
Don't be. We gave it a moment's peace before the end. That's more than it might have had.
Yes,
All
I'm
that
aware you
remains
do
now
get a
is
translation
them.
if you're an elf, but that's the
Thank
thing.
you.
Sometimes
We would not have risked the summoning.
Sometimes
but the
characters will
roads
just
are too
speak in a
dangerous
language
to
you don't
travel
know.
up
I don't know Elvish, therefore I don't get a translation.
kill my friend.
I like how that
We
works.
didn't
I like
know
that as a
it was
choice.
just spirit. The book said it could help us.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of, sometimes it's like, I enjoyed this in D&D. I enjoy when sometimes it'll be like, nah, your character just doesn't know that language. You know, this NPC and that player, you can have a conversation in you know, Draconian or whatever, but like, you know, if another party doesn't know that, that's just your conversation. You don't get to be a part of. I like committing to that and not just having everyone speaks common and has the universal translator. Look, Solus, I don't want to encourage in you feeling like you have the power to decide who gets to live and die, and what life is worth sparing and what life is yours to decide is okay to have end and doesn't have consequence. Because, you know, maybe you're looking a little bit big picture at that little clip of Veilguard we've seen. It sure does seem like Solus is going to end up very much of the opinion that life is very throwaway and it doesn't matter if people die if Solus gets what he wants. You know, other people dying is an acceptable cause for that. I don't want to contribute to that.
Solus.
Never again. I need some time alone. I will meet you back at Skyhold.
I know you're upsetty, Solus, but I've got to at least try and rein you in. Just like a little. Okay, so we need Cassandra on the team. Now, don't we? That's what we need, Cassandra. Okay, we can keep the party as it is for now. What is this quest? Why is there a quest here that's like not telling me what it is? I'll come back to that. Okay, we'll go back to the start and wander out. Come on, a little murder for an egg boy is a treat. Look, I think he deserves it. I think the little egg boy deserves a murder, but like, I want to feel like I did everything I could to steer Solus on the correct track before next game he ultimately still maybe goes off the rails. I think I would like to go into Veilguard knowing I did everything I could to temper down the worst aspects of Solus's impulses. Terra says, I like to play my Inquisitor as someone that accidentally encourages Solus to do a full villain turn. You know, sometimes I do play this game that way. It's not the way I'm going this time, but I'm curious to see how some things play out, given where I know this is going, and see where the dialogue goes, deliberately trying to play against. So, like, play as if trying to stop an inevitable thing that's coming, and see where those points of friction with Solus end up being. Hello!
How can anyone stop these things?
What's happened here?
We were trying to retake the ramparts from the dead. They rise here, somewhere within these trenches. It started when those free men showed up. Strange lights, like blue fire. It must be magic. But the free men are just deserters from the armies. How could they have managed this? And why?
I should be going.
Alright, we gotta set fire to some pits. Where are they? Onward. Onward with our big sword. I still want to play an Inquisitor that fucking hates Solus. Oh, don't worry. I think by the time that the Inquisitor probably shows up in Veilguard, whatever happens, whatever kind of Inquisitor you play, they're probably gonna fucking hate Solus by the time that Veilguard rolls around. That feels inevitable. At least as an initial response to Veilguard beginning. Right, what is in here? Is it a... Oh, it's a pick up a quest. Right, read a book. Take the farmer's valuables. That can wait. Not a huge priority. I do want to. Yeah, there's landmarks though. My collectathon brain cannot resist this game. Like it is so possible to do a shorter or more concise playthrough of Inquisition, but I cannot silence the bit of my voice that's just like, yeah, but you could click on more things though. Okay, no, I'm not gonna get that one right now. I'm just gonna go to this landmark. I can do some of this off stream. I can quiet you, voice that's saying, yeah, but go click on the thing. No, it's on the map. You can do it. Exactly. The completionist checklist is strong. And it's the thing that made me drop off of Inquisition many times, was the knowledge of, I know I'm going to get sidetracked by all the things to click on. And it's going to get in the way of the pacing of the game for me. That's just a fact of the matter. Fear the Beyblade. Okay, fine. Keep going, big long mate. You coward. You done? Okay. What kind of magic do you have right now, Solus?
How could you possibly be a spy?
Well, it's a pretty easy job. I do some fighting and drinking, and then once in a while I tell Pa Volin about it.
Where's the sneaking, the plotting, the subtle machinations?
If you do that, everyone knows you're a spy. Drinking, fighting, writing notes. That's all it really takes.
Shit, you're either the worst
Solus,
ever or
yeah.
the best.
Sorry, I know, like,
I
Solus
can't
walked away at
decide.
the end of the cutscene, but, like, I didn't think that was, like, actually walking away from the party. Is he, like, not actually with the party right now? Can I not? I need him to like these things. Yeah, he was going for assault. Can I, like, put him back in? Oh, yeah, he's just, like, not in the party right now, huh? Okay, Dorian, you get a turn. There we go. The much better the much more fun magic user gets a turn in the party. Right. I have to go back to Skyhold for him to come back. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, is Dorian not showing up either? Can I not add Dorian, Varric, Iron Bull? Confirm. Okay, he is here. What magic do you have right now? Okay, you got fire magic on you, that's good. Look, we'll go to Skyhold in a minute. We'll get him back. I want to do the Cassandra quest while I'm here. And the easiest way to do that is to just throw Dorian in the party, run back, and light those things again. It'll be fine. Probably need to throw some levels on Dorian, but, you know, it'll be okay. I would hop on the horse, but fun fact for any of you who haven't been here for these streams before and may not know, the horse you can ride in Dragon Age Inquisition does not make you go any faster than walking. Even when you dash on the horse, you're not going any faster. All they do is narrow the field of view and put "go faster" stripes lines on the screen. Inner World says, the audio is stuttering every 3 seconds or so. Not sure if that's my client now. Anyone else having that experience, or is it just on Inner World's end? If that is happening for everyone, I apologize. I have no idea. Things good. Okay, it does seem to be on your end, Inner World. I don't know what I can do to help. I don't know what the issue is. My apologies. Right, anyway, Dorian, get over here. Here we go. Cromulent Wizard said, I had no idea about the horse thing. Yeah, it was only admitted by a developer, like, in the last few months. But yes, the horse does not make you move any faster because the Frostbite engine, they couldn't work out how to load the game in faster, so they couldn't let you go faster because the game was already streaming in assets as fast as it could. But they knew people got frustrated not having a way to move faster, so they made the horse look like you were going faster and feel like you were going faster, so you would feel like you were going faster and not be upset that there was no way to go faster.
This is wrong all over.
Bodies piled in a pit. Undead rising.
There's the other one.
Someone intended this.
There may be more of these pits.
Alter Red
We'll have
Karma?
to find them.
I do the same sometimes. I will often use streams as essentially real-time podcast material. Oh yeah, Cromulent Wizard, you are indeed vindicated. You were not going faster on the horse. If anything, you were going slower, as you say, because you were taking the time to call the horse, wait for it to arrive, get on the horse, get off the horse. That was ultimately time you were wasting compared to just walking. Alter Red Karma? I have no idea why you would assume Cromulent Wizard's username is a Simpsons reference. You know, it exists outside of the Simpsons. It's a perfectly cromulent word. Yeah, let's get you, Wizard Man. There you are. See. So you have the long way around to reach you. How? Okay, we got you. Blow the signaling horn, and that is in the middle. Or up there-ish. Oh, no, it's over there. There are very few games that make me want to do the non-fast travel option in that kind of way. The Marvel Spider-Man is one of those. Made by Insomniac, a studio currently being struck as part of the SAG-AFTRA voice actor strikes, I will remind everyone. Okay, we gotta run back to you. Okay, yeah, let's get out of here before we do the run. But yeah, it's so fun to swing around in that world that I basically never use fast travel no matter what. I'm just having too much fun. Particularly in like Spider-Man 2 with the glide suits. Oh, it's so satisfying to move around that world. Okay, we'll get to the next camp and then try and head towards Cassandra's thing, and I can do the rest off stream. But I want to try and get at least to there before I finish up the stream, despite being like very close to finishing up for the day.
They did it. I can't believe they retook. Maybe
they retook the ramparts. I retook the ramparts for you.
Reverson surrounded by undead and locked down. It was easier when we fought just men.
Okay, enter Fort Reverson. Here? Okay, I'll come do that in a bit. You keep giving me more shit to do, sir. I want to, at the very least, go get the next camp. Hey, Gladania, how are you? Yeah, I think Wednesday's stream is going to be my last stream of this week, so you're going to get one more stream out of me this week, probably Friday. I'm gonna be traveling. I'm gonna be hanging out with some friends, doing some cosplay here in the UK, enjoying some not work for a weekend. It's gonna be lovely. Did you play Baldur's Gate 3? I did indeed. It is a very different kind of RPG to this. Huge, almost overwhelming in scope and variety, and very willing to let you do absolutely anything you want, but also very willing to let you completely fuck yourself over for the sake of freedom. You know, I think there is space for multiple types of RPG that can all be fantastic in their own way. I really enjoy a good BioWare kind of more linear RPG. I love me a good Disco Elysium, text-dense RPG of that nature that uses stats the way it does in a more traditional setting. Baldur's Gate 3. There is stuff like you know, Undertale or in Stars and Time that is like narrative heavy, but using the mechanics of RPGs to tell a story. There are so many good ways you can do an RPG. Like, I don't know that I've ever played an RPG that rewards failure as well as Disco Elysium does, for example, in that I don't think anything in any RPG will ever top doing an entire quest line in Disco Elysium, like, oh, finding out there's a karaoke night and wanting to take part in karaoke and finding the tape and like doing your practice of it, and finally getting to the karaoke night and going to do karaoke and failing your dice roll, and the consequence of failure is 3.5 minutes of badly warbled karaoke. And you have to sit through 3.5 minutes of this man's voice cracking and warbling as he tries to sing this song. Such a perfect payoff to one bad roll in a quest.
Sickle dwarves flying through the sky before that happens.
Oh, Terra, you best believe I died like half an hour into Baldur's Gate 3, my first playthrough, making out with a beholder, mind flayer, seeing it illithid on the floor and going like, I could smooch that. I could smooch that. Oh god, and I would do it again. I made the right call. I was not a coward.
Friend Isabella.
See? And I still can't tell if you're shitting me. Sometimes you're so Kunari it makes my head hurt.
Spending this week putting some cosplays together for the convention. I'm going to be doing a Mighty Morphin Era Pink Power Ranger. Penny from Scarlet and Violet, the trainer with the big Eevee backpack. I'm looking forward to just dressing up and hanging out with them. It's going to be a lovely chill time. Gonna watch some absolutely dog shit, terrible horror films, as has become the custom with this group of friends once a year. Some real scrape the bottom of the barrel weird horror. You know, there's you can watch interesting weird horror like Tusk, the film about a man being forcibly surgically turned into a walrus. You know, but like you gotta go digging for stuff like Evil Bong, a film I wouldn't recommend. There are some jokes in it that are not acceptable, but there is something oddly fascinating about watching a horror film about a bong with a woman's face and tits slowly trying to attack stoners, and the one straight-laced man living in a stoner house having to fight the evil bong. Sometimes you find weird horror out there and go, if nothing else, I will have come away from this having experienced something. There is an art to finding weird horror. And sometimes you find genuine classics, such as one of my favourite weird horror films that exists. A short film, I think it's like 45-50 minutes long, simply called The Scrotum. About evil scrotum that gets toxic waste on it and comes to life and goes on a murder spree. But the thing about it is it's one of the, like, from a classical filmmaking standpoint, legitimately one of the best made, like, short horror films I've ever seen. It is a stupid concept, clearly made by people who have, like, a deep understanding of, like, cinematography and use of audio. A film that has no right to be as competent as it is. The Scrotum manages to pull off a 5-minute long fight scene with a giant testicle set to classical music with no sounds of combat, just the classical music playing. That might be one of the greatest scenes in any piece of horror that has been made. Such classics as Slaughterhouse, the horror film about a sloth that goes on a murder spree. It's very good. There's a very well managed sloth puppet in that film that does a great job. Very expressive sloth puppet. That's roughly how my weekend's gonna go, is finding new weird horror shit to watch with friends. All involved. It's gonna be lovely. Stop attacking me, I would like to attack the rift. Don't leave me be for just a moment. There we go. pretty good. Is it Attack of the Evil Donuts? Because in my head I'm trying to remember what this film was, and I keep singing... I'm singing it to the tune of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and I don't think... Was it Cupcakes? Evil Cupcakes? It might have been Evil Cupcakes. Now, there's one I plan to watch, maybe this weekend. Ginger Dead Man? A 2005 horror film about an evil haunted gingerbread man. It's bound to be nonsense. It's bound to be terrible. I'm weirdly excited for that. I was skimming through it to check I had it downloaded correctly, and I'm pretty sure it's got Steve Buscemi in it. If it's not Steve Buscemi, it's a Steve Buscemi alike. And I'm like, weird horror film about a gingerbread man with maybe Steve Buscemi in it? Sign me up. I need to double check that. I'm pretty sure that's who I saw in it. It was someone like that, but I was like, you seem too well known an actor to be in this. Let me check now. I'm now questioning myself. Oh, it's Gary Busey. Gary Busey's who I saw. Wrong person named. Gary Busey's in it. Gary Busey is the main character in a film about an evil gingerbread man. Was there someone else in it? I'm sure there was someone else in it I'd seen that was like, yeah, you seem too big to be in this. Sorry, I'm only just finding out that Ginger Dead Man 2 is called The Passion of the Crust. Presumably because when it came out in 2008, Passion of the Christ had just happened. So, satanic evil gingerbread man is now coming out of a pie crust, I guess. Passion of the Crust. God. That's painfully bad, and that tells me I'm onto a winner. I only know that Ginger Dead Man with Gary Busey exists because it has a crossover with Evil Bong. There is at some point a Evil Bong versus Ginger Dead Man movie that exists. And I don't know whether I have it in me to get invested enough in the Ginger Dead Man and Evil Bong universes to ever get to the point where I would be ready to watch a crossover between the two. Again, Evil Bong is not a thing I would recommend. It's bad. But you can't put a concept like Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong, like, in my mind and not have me deeply curious what that film becomes. Like, that is a gimmick I find hard to walk away from. Oh, no, I'm on the wrong side of a cliff for what I'm here for. So this is what? Camp. Can I get around here? Leprechaun is one of those horror films where I'm like, I don't remember it well enough to say whether there's anything problematic in it. I can say for a fact there's problematic shit in Evil Bong, but yeah, sometimes you watch a film and you don't quite know what you're getting in for, and then you're like, oh, okay then. Well, the joy with going back to any kind of like schlocky B-movie stuff from the past is like, You are walking into territory that will probably overlap with problematic shit. Now you've mentioned Leprechaun 4, the one in space, I'm like, oh, there is part of me that's like, do I need to add the Leprechaun films to the list of things to watch? Phew. Yeah.
I hope it doesn't bother you to travel alongside a Vint, Iron Bull.
That what you are?
One sec.
You people all kind of look the same to me.
I'm also a mage. Would you prefer me bound and leashed?
I'd buy you dinner first.
Hopefully before you sewed my mouth shut.
Depends how much you keep yapping.
A rift under here? Is it further down? Here it is. Oh, fine. I'll fight the enemies rather than just try to close the rift first. I just want to skim the battle. Yeah, we're probably going to wrap up this stream shortly. But what I will do after we wrap up the stream is I'll probably raid over to the lovely Mari Peak Remix, who's streaming some Baldur's Gate 3 tonight. So we'll go raid over to there in a little bit. Let me look at that map again. Is there going to be a better way to get to... Yeah, there's probably going to be a better way to get to that, camp we're trying to get to. I'm gonna warp back, and we'll save, and we'll try and get to that camp next time. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed another stream of Dragon Age Inquisition. We'll be back with another stream of this on Wednesday, and then not on Friday, but we'll be back on Monday of next week. Hope you enjoy. Thank you very much, and I will go raid a server to Mari.